What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. Today we're taking a look at an expanded list featuring Orbeetle VMAX from the new Vivid Voltage set. This is a really cool damage spread based deck with multiple different attackers. It's including a stage 1 evolution line in Orbeetle VMAX and also a stage 2 evolution line, so lots of fun to be had with this deck, and I also think it's pretty competitively viable. So we're going to take a look at the deck list and also some gameplay from earlier today that I recorded. Before we take a look at that though, shout out to PotownStore.com, the best place for you to get PTCGO codes. Use code Celio for 5% off on their wide selection of PTCGO codes that are sent to your email instantly upon purchase, including the new Vivid Voltage set. Alright guys, so here is the deck list for Orbeetle Mew Dusknoir. I've been calling it Morbnor or Dusk Beetle. Let me know which one you like better. Yeah, I've just been kind of casually calling it Morbnor. So this is a damage spread focused deck. So while it might look a little bit all over the place, it is focused on a single strategy. So let's take a look at the new Orbeetle VMAX first. We are only playing a 2-2 line of this in the deck, but Orbeetle VMAX is a new 310 HP Grass VMAX Pokemon with the ability Eerie Beam. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may put 1 damage counter on each of your opponent's Pokemon. This is really strong. And if you can set up 2 Orbeetle VMAX, you can use Eerie Beam, then switch out to the other one and use that Eerie Beam. And you don't have to end your turn with the Orbeetle in the active, like another Pokemon like Weezing or Sandslammer, Flygon. This ability doesn't proc in between turns. It procs when you choose to on your turn. It has the attack Gmax Wave for a grass and a colorless, 50 damage plus 50 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So if they have 3 energy attached, this does 200 for 2 energy. This is really solid. Now, when you're spreading all that damage around, so let's say your opponent has a full bench of 5, so that's 6 Pokemon, so you're spreading 1 damage to each, that's 6 damage with the ability. You can move that damage however you like on your turn with Dusknoir. Its Sinister Hand ability as often as you like during your turn. You may move 1 damage counter from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another of your opponent's Pokemon. So you'll see we have a lot of attacks that do damage, and abilities including Eerie Beam, but we have attacks that do damage around the board that we can copy with Mew due to its Memories of Dawn ability that allows us to copy attacks from other basic Pokemon we have in play. And then of course Dimension Valley is going to make those attacks cost 1 colorless less. So with Mew we are copying Flying Flip to do 20 to everything. We can copy Swoop Across to do 30 to everything. And we can copy Solar Plant GX to do 50 to everything. Now, let's say we use something like Solar Plant GX to do 50 to everything. That's only costing us a double colorless energy and a Dimension Valley to do 50 to all of your opponent's Pokemon. We can also attach Telescopic Sight from the new set to do 30 more damage to your opponent's bench V and GX Pokemon. So doing up to 80 damage to some of your opponent's Pokemon. Let's say we did 50 damage to 3 of them and then 80 to 3 of them. So that would be 240 damage for the 3 Pokemon we did 80 to, and then 150 damage for the Pokemon we did 50 to, for a total of 390 damage spread across the board just for a single DCE. And then next turn, as long as our opponent didn't heal any of that damage, we can spread that around however we want with Dusknoir. And then of course we can also use Eerie Beam to spread a damage counter around, and so on and so forth. The Gmax Wave to the active is also very useful, because if we don't knock out the Pokemon with that 200, we can then move that damage to other Pokemon with Dusknoir next turn. Or if we need extra damage moved to that Pokemon to knock it out, we can move damage from other Pokemon to the active to knock it out. Espeon's Miraculous Shine devolves your opponent's Pokemon, so it devolves each of your opponent's evolved Pokemon. You put the highest stage card on it into your opponent's hand. So against things like Snorlax VMAX, Zoroark decks, Eternatus VMAX, you can devolve all of those Pokemon to put them down to a lower HP. So Espeon-EX Miraculous Shine, definitely something that's been in a lot of damage spread decks in the past, and it's a cool card to have around. Mr. Mime stops your opponent from picking up Pokemon with damage counters on them. So as long as Scoop Up Block is active, so as long as they're not shutting this off with Silent Lab or Garbotoxin or Alolan Muck, then they can't Acerola, AZ, Scoop Up Net, Super Scoop Up, whatever. They can't use any of that to pick up their Pokemon that have any damage counters on them. So Scoop Up Block stops them from healing their Pokemon in that way. And then the last attacking Pokemon we have in this deck is just one Seismitoad-EX for Quaking Punch. Now, this definitely doesn't fit the damage spread mechanic of this deck, or the damage spread strategy. But Quaking Punch has actually been featured in damage spread decks for a long time, because you can gust something up and lock it while you're Quaking Punching, while you're trying to set up your board to what you need, and then that Quaking Punch damage can just be moved around with Dusknoir. One deck in particular that did this strategy, I remember Israel Sosa back 2 years ago maybe played an expanded list called Gucci Gang to her regionals, and it was kind of I believe it was Tapu, Koko, Seismitoad-EX, and Dusknoir, but someone can correct me if I'm wrong. That was like probably one of the first expanded events I ever covered on this channel. But that definitely comes to mind thinking about Seismitoad in a damage spread deck with Dusknoir. Looking at the trainers, we won't spend too much time on this, but of course, like I said, the Telescopic Psych, super cool new card from Vivid Voltage. We're using Dimension Valley. Target Whistle puts a basic Pokemon from your opponent's discard pile onto their bench, so if they're not benching like their Dedennes and their Crobats, they're just researching them away. Instead, you can Target Whistle one of them onto the bench, and then that's an easy knockout potentially for you. We have Dowsing Machine, so we can reuse things like Target Whistle, reuse things like Rescue Stretcher and Field Blower. Field Blower is very important to get rid of Garbotoxin, or Chaotic Swell, or Silent Lab. Pokemon Ranger is here to get rid of the Altered Creation GX effect, or also anything like Noivern that might stop us from attaching Special Energy, because we are only playing Special Energy. Now for the energy, I'm playing 4 DCE and 3 counter energy. That might be a little bit low, but I feel like to keep the deck consistent and fit the Pokemon in it that I wanted, this was a fine count, especially since I'm playing 4 versus Seeker and Teammates, so we can just reuse Teammates every turn if necessary to get our energy back. But Special Charge or 4th counter energy, either of those would be fine in the deck if you found something you wanted to cut. 2 Floatstone and Guzma for mobility, as well as an AZ. The AZ is pretty cool if your opponent damages Orbeetle VMAX. You can use Eerie Beam, then AZ, send up a different Orbeetle V, evolve it into Orbeetle VMAX, use that Eerie Beam, and also heal the original Orbeetle VMAX in the process. So that's a pretty cool way to use AZ. And I think that's all I really wanted to say about the deck. So I asked my mom to play against me a couple games to show this deck off. So I'll be playing this list versus her expanded ADP Z deck. I'm not really sure of a matchup spread for this deck. I'm just going into this blind and hoping I can show how the deck functions and let you have the list so you can have fun with it if you choose to. So enjoy these games and I'll see you afterwards. Going first with a pretty poor hand. At least we have Mew as our starter, which we like. We also have... Okay, this could be fine, actually. We have Duskull. We don't really need to do this right away, but I mean, we could. That's not really doing much right away. Yeah, we'll just pass and hope we can like get a supporter next turn. Tag call for ADP Guzmala for Dragon, Float, Swell, and our life becomes miserable. So the only good thing about this is I do have Ranger in my hand, so we'll be able to counter the Alter Creation. Max Elixir to the ADP for Ultimate Ray next turn. That makes sense. And alters the creation. We topped that Crobat. That's good. Touch DCE. We'll play Ranger. Spiritborn Evolution. Crobat for 5. Okay, so this is becoming much better for us now. So we Rangered. Alter Creation is off. Copy Flying Flip for not a bunch, but it's a start. I would have loved to be able to get an Orbeetle down there, but this is fine. What really sucks is there's 3 cards I want next turn. I want Orbeetle V, I want an Energy from Mew, and I want Telescopic Sight. I have Teammates, so I could get 2 of those 3. If I Teammates, an Energy definitely has to be one of those cards. Promote Mew. We got energy off the top, so that's insane. So Teammates for the 2 cards we need. We need Orbeetle V, and we need Telescopic Sight. We bench Orbeetle, we play Sight, and we use Flying Flip. So, like, I really love my board here. That energy off the top was great because now I have multiple threats on the board. The Mew is a threat because it has energy and sight. The Orbeetle V is a threat because it can use counter energy. And the Dusclops is a threat because it evolves into Dusknoir and lets me move damage around. So, I have multiple threats here. The Crobat V and the Tapu Koko are kind of like whatever. I mean, I am copying the Koko's attack with Mew. Okay, so Ultimate Ray, knocking out the Mew. Now, they have 3 energy on that, so that means Orbeetle does 200 damage. Orbeetle VMAX. Send out Koko, that's for retreat. Ultra Ball and N, very good. We want to keep that other bench spot open due to the Sudowoodo, so go ahead and grab our Orbeetle VMAX. Orbeetle VMAX, I'm sure I covered it in the deck profile preceding these games, but we want to get this Eerie Beam ability off at some point this turn, and hopefully we can get a counter energy to attack with it. So actually we have no energy at all. Ugh. No energy as far as the eye can see. I think we still retreat into the Orbeetle because they don't have anything that can knock it out. And we'll use Eerie Beam to put a damage everywhere. And we pass. Good bit of energy on the board there. Yeah, a good bit of energy for surezies. I call for Guzmahala. Just gonna Juniper away the Guzmahala. Try to dig through the deck for some better cards. If she wasn't able to have a Gust effect there again that turn, it looked like she Junipered away, Tag Call Guzmahala, double Dragon Energy, so no Guzmas. There's Fighting Fury Belt, that's a really good hit. And Ultimate Ray for 160. The active Orbeetle. Got a Dedenne here. Oh, let's see. We can't use Teammates because nothing was knocked out. We could, however, use AZ to pick up the Orbeetle. I don't hate that at all. So let's, yeah, let's Eerie Beam. Put one on everything. Do we go with this? I think we do. Yeah, let's try it. So we're going to AZ the Orbeetle VMAX. We'll play down the Orbeetle V. And Dedenne. Still no energy. No energy. Big sad. We've already... Oh, that would have been so good if we got energy because we had Doubting Machine for Telescopic Sight. We already used a supporter. We used AZ. Okay, so she has 90, 90, 180, 250, 310, 350 damage on the board. So I could knock out a Zacian and a Sudowoodo here. That would take 3 prizes. I think I want to knock out the Sudowoodo just to see what I get off the prizes, because then I also have an extra bench spot to work after knocking out the Sudowoodo. So let's move energy from the Aegislash to the Sudowoodo. I think Aegislash is the least important Pokemon on her board, so we'll move it from there to there. And so yeah, we knock out Sudowoodo, we get to take a prize. We also get another bench spot. Dimension Valley, not what we wanted. And now she still has 90, 70, that's 160, 200. So we can knock out a Zacian. Take 2 prizes. Okay, so yeah, let's try again. So we'll knock out Zacian. I'll move it to the one with 90. That's easier. Oh, okay, so... And we also need some of the damage off of ADP, I believe, to take this knockout. Yeah, we need 3 damage counters off of ADP. Okay, now we take 2 prizes. Seismitoad and Dimension Valley. More Dimension Valley. Just what I didn't want. What can I even do with this? I could use Encounter from Mew. I can do that. That doesn't sound terrible. So we'll Field Blower. Ultra Ball away these 2 for our last Mew. And I'll encounter. Okay. This is going to be a close one. It's going to definitely rely on her getting Guzmas. I mean, she hasn't played a single Guzma all game, and she's playing 4 in her deck, so I imagine she has one in her hand now. And here's the Guzma. Bringing up the Orbeetle, bringing up the Zacian, so Orbeetle V is going to get knocked out. So that's definitely unfortunate because I wanted to use Orbeetle. Send up the Mew. And let's see what we can do. We'll put down a Float Stone and Dowsing Machine. Okay, so we can get Teammates. But Teammates doesn't empty her hand, and that's super, super important. So it has to be N. We only get 3 cards, so this gosh. Because Guzma just wins her the game, so we have to go with this. Okay, that's something. I doubt it's enough, but it's something. So we see if she got Guzma. Oh, my camera froze at some point during that, so let's fix that. And there's the Guzma for game. GG. Fixing the camera. There were many points there where I could have turned it around, but just couldn't get exactly what I needed. 2 energy to the board. Turn 1. 1 from hand. Trapid Sword for 0 energy. Okay, we got the Dimension Valley. We got another Mew. We got Orbeetle. We have Crobat in the hand, but I think we'll just research this hand away. We have the Telescopic Sight and DCE. But lo and behold, we have nothing to copy. So that's disappointing. Think we'll encounter. Oh no. Oh, that's bad. We prized Ranger. Prizing Ranger is not bueno. I mean, I guess we'll grab this. I don't even know what to do at that point. Yeah, not having Ranger is super bad. So grabbing the Salamence V is probably incorrect. I don't know what I should grab though, because if she puts Swell down, then I can't put my Dimension Valley out, and I actually can't attack with this Salamence. And I'll probably just end up retreating to Orbeetle pass or something like that. Lele forgoes Mahala. She probably needs to float. Oh no, she has the float stone. Oh, she needs a double dragon still. That's right. Okay, so yeah, double dragon and chaotic swell comes out here. Yeah, that's just really, really bad news for me. Okay, she's prized her chaotic swell, so I mean, Me prizing Ranger still probably loses me the game, but this gives me a chance, I think. Sycamore off the top. Yeah, I think we'll play Sycamore. Target whistle, but nothing to whistle. Still no Duskull. Come on, Duskull, why are you doing this? And swoop across, bunch of damage. No Duskull. We would have had some stuff going for sure if we had Ranger in the deck. If we drew Duskull there, I would have liked that, but nothing is comparable to prizing Ranger. In the matchup, it matters. There's Ultimate Ray, knock out the Mew, she takes 2 prizes. Send up Orbeetle VMAX, it has a float stone on it. Counter energy, okay. We can get teammates. Or we can get a Z. What does teammates do for me? It gets me Duskull. That's the big thing. Yeah, that's probably worth it. So teammates gets me Duskull. Oh, but it doesn't even evolve into Duskull this turn because I have the Dusclops in my hand. We can fix that. So we have to do this. And get Rescue Stretcher. The Rescue Stretcher, the Dusclops back into the deck. Like I said, it's a mess. And then we have to discard 3 cards to evolve up. 1, 2, 3. Fury Beam, Swing, and then I just put myself here hoping for a top deck, or like she has to play N, but it'll probably be Gust on the Salamence and kill it. But then she needs a Gust to follow that up as well, or she could Gust the Dusclops too. But here, gusting the Salamence makes it so even if I get Ranger off the prizes next turn, then she would still win. But if she dusts the Dusclops, if she gusts the Dusclops, then I can't get Ranger next turn in the middle of my turn because I can't move around the damage. So I think just bring up Dusclops is the correct call there. Computer search the Sudowoodo. That's not going to affect me at all because I don't need more Pokemon on my bench. I just need Ranger, right? No, it doesn't. No, like I said, she gusts the Salamence, so Ranger doesn't even matter. All she needs is Gust to win. We'll have to see if I could pull something out here. I draw Dimension Valley, so no, I can't pull something out here. I can Eerie Beam and G-Max Wave, and then hope that she doesn't have Gust. If she doesn't have Gust and I draw something playable off of these prizes, then something could actually happen. And I just get a DC. But yeah, so she should have just held onto the computer search. Sudowoodo doesn't matter. Let's see if she has Gust. She has Gust. GG. Oh, does she not have a way out? Do you not have a way to retreat? Oh, she doesn't have a way to retreat yet. She has things to play out. Play down a Pokemon before Crobat. She has Crobat. All she needs is an energy. Got the energy. Okay, GG. So this deck is still a little rough around the edges. We're also playing against ADPZ, so I think that matchup is definitely winnable. But as you see, there were moments where I needed something to happen and it didn't happen. The deck just, it can't really miss a turn, especially versus an aggressive deck like ADPZ. Well, I hope you enjoyed the deck profile and the gameplay with Mew Orbeetle VMAX Dusknoir in the expanded format. I'm really excited to work with Orbeetle VMAX in the standard format as well, so look forward to that kind of content. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, be sure to do that for daily Pokemon TCG content, and leave a thumbs up and a comment if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more like it. Shout out to PotownStore.com, my lovely sponsor, and be sure to use code CELIO for 5% off over there to directly support my content and this channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.